Hey everyone, this is David Pike again. Now I've got a video today for you that's going to be on a 2015 Ram Promaster City. For those that don't know what that is, that's actually our smaller transport cargo van that we've got. We've got the Promaster, which is the larger one, and this is its little brother, the City version. I want to show you step by step how to remove the battery. Now the battery does have a couple things you need to look out for. Everything from the way the negative cable hooks on, as well as how to take the positive cable off. So get ready, stay tuned and check it out. Alright, so they put the battery under the hood. The battery is fairly easy to get to. Now there's a couple things you need to look out for when you're going ahead and disconnecting everything. Now the negative cable does have a quick release on it. You've got two ways you can disconnect it. You can either squeeze in, there's a gray connector on the end that you would squeeze in on and lift straight up, and that disconnects your negative cable. Now you still have the actually hookup still on the battery, as well as the amp probe that's still on there, so those would have to be removed. So you can either remove it by doing this and unplugging the connector, or you could still leave this hooked up and just undo the negative battery cable right here. The 10mm holds it down. I'll show you in a second. Get it out of the way. Now the positive, of course, is up under this cover. In order to get to that, you need to squeeze in on these two latches here and lift it up. Now this is basically the same setup as on a Renegade, the Jeep Renegade. Now, you've got your typical clamp over here that's got its 10mm.
Your assistance is needed on Park 1. Available services either. Park 1, please.
In order to get this whole assembly off, yes, you can loosen up the clamp, but unfortunately the assembly's going to stay down in place because of this red piece right here. You've got two phillip screws you got to take out, and once you do that, you're going to remove the red piece. With the red piece removed and the clamp loosened, you can now wiggle it and get it out of your way. And while you're looking here, this is actually the jump start location for the positive cable. This is where you'd hook your positive cable to if you're going to jump start, and of course you've got where you'd hook your negative cable to. So we'll work on getting a little closer so I can show you how to get the red piece out, and we'll get the positive cable off first. Here's a close-up view of the negative again. Like I said, you can back off on the 10, get this whole assembly moved and out of your way, or if you want to do the quick release, you squeeze in here, lift straight up. Then you have a connector over here for the amp probe, the current draw. Basically it tells how much current is being pulled by the cables and sets a code if necessary, and also it helps the engine controller know how the charging rate of the battery, stuff like that. But to put it back in place, you would just squeeze down and make sure it latches. So we're going to go ahead and we'll back off on the 10 and get the clamp loose. So go ahead and get you a phillip screwdriver, cordless drill like I'm using. Go ahead and back out on these the red plastic piece of the screws. Now I'm using a plastic trim stick, kind of get up under it, kind of get it up. There we go, lift it straight up. As you can see, the red fingers go through this piece here down into the battery. So definitely that's why you got to take that off, because the screws get in there and they mushroom out, and that holds it down in place. Because when you go to loosen up the cable, you're not going to be able to rotate. You won't even be able to lift up because of that. So now that that's out of the way, we can go ahead and back off on the positive 10mm bolt. Turns on it. And we can actually start wiggling it. Like I said, the red piece in place, you wouldn't even be able to do that. Now we can sit it off this side the best we can. Now the only thing holding the battery down in place right now is a strap, and that strap has a bracket over here near the engine side above the transmission, and that's what we're going to work on next. Now if I'm looking up above, just follow the strap over, and when you come over above, like I said, above the transmission engine, you'll see what I'm pointing at right here. That's a 13mm nut that we need to get loose. Once we back it all the way out, that bracket will come off with the strap, and luckily the battery's got some handles built onto it so we can lift it straight up. I'm going to go ahead and back this all the way off and set it to the side. Alright, so the nut's off. I can just wiggle on it to get the bracket out of the way. Move it off to the side with the strap. Like I said, the battery's got two handles. It's nice and convenient. I can grab it one hand, wiggle it forward, pick it up, and get it out of the way. So there you go. Installation is just the opposite of removal. Just take time when you're putting the positive battery cable back on about the plastic there. There you go. So there you go. How to remove the battery on a 2015 Ram Promaster City. So as long as you keep in mind that you've got to take that red insert out from up under that positive battery cable, you won't have any issues. Otherwise, you don't take it out, you're not getting the cable off. And also now you know how to jump start it as well. So at this point, you can thumbs up on YouTube if you liked it. You can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And if you scroll down to the description below the video, you'll find links to both of those items as well. In the meantime, I greatly appreciate you watching these videos.